Hey, JC here for retiredcheap.asia. You ever heard that song, the name of that song, One Night in Bangkok? Well, that's what we're doing, One Night in Bangkok. I'll tell you why.
One night in Bangkok in the world's your star. The bars are temples, but their pulse ain't free.
So, why are we doing One Night in Bangkok? Well, my passport was getting ready to expire in a little over a year. Not an issue. When you need to get your passport or your visa renewed in Thailand, usually they want at least 6 months, sometimes a year left on your passport. So I was good. I had over a year. That wasn't an issue. But I noticed I only had a block available this big left in my passport, and my visa was getting ready to expire in 2 weeks. So I needed a new passport. I wasn't sure whether there was enough room here to get my new visa based on retirement, my extension based on retirement. So I needed to handle that, but I also needed a new passport. Now, it takes almost 2 weeks to get the passport back. They don't add pages to passports anymore. They issue you a new passport, which takes about a couple weeks, they say it's gonna take. So I needed to make an appointment with the U.S. Embassy to get a new passport, which they put out. The closest time I had was like 2 days before the appointment. So one day before the appointment, the next day after I made the appointment, I went to Thai immigration, and they were able to fit my retirement extension in this little block that was available down here. Usually I get a re-entry permit at the same time, but there's no place left in my passport. So we got that today. Now we're on a bus going to Bangkok so I can make my appointment in the morning, because the appointments are like the consular services in the U.S. Embassy are in the morning. So it's at 8:15. No way to get from the beach way in to Bangkok, to Wireless Road where the embassy is, in that amount of time. So we got to spend the night in Bangkok. So that's what we're doing, one night in Bangkok. A couple things to keep in mind if you take the bus. This is the airport bus. Incredible bus. Great bus from Hue In to the airport. You can also get them from Pattaya to the airport. Really great if you do that. I recommend it. It's not expensive. I think it's like $8 or something like that. A couple things to keep in mind if you take any bus in Thailand. One is, you ever heard of the movie The Polar Express? These get down right now. It's at 22 degrees centigrade. We're just starting on the trip, and in about another hour or so it's going to be about 16 degrees centigrade in the bus. So we have socks, we have coat, we have everything. I recommend a neck scarf if you have one, because it's going to get cold on the bus. So anyway, that's our one night in Bangkok. Now this should come back in a couple weeks. I already have the visa. When it comes back, what happens if you're in this situation and you get a new passport? You take the new passport with the old voided passport to Thai immigration. What they're going to do is they're going to transfer all the visas into your new passport, and at that time I'll buy a re-entry permit as well, and I should be good to go. But at least I got the visa out of the way today, and we're on our way to get a new passport. And another thing is, if you watch my videos of Vietnam, another thing we're doing, we're coinciding this trip, is I'm going to the tag watch repair facility in Bangkok as well, because I lost the bezel of my Tag Heuer watch in Vietnam, climbing around Marble Mountain. So we're on our way to see if I can get that refurbished as well, or repaired, and that's it, one night in Bangkok. So we'll be reporting back and see what kind of trouble we can get into while we're in Bangkok for a night. probably wondering, what the heck you doing? Why are you going to the airport? I thought you had one night in Bangkok. Well, yeah, one night in Bangkok. The reason why we go, and it's real easy if you're going from Hua Hin, Cha Am, Pattaya to catch the bus to the airport. Why go to the airport? Because it's a hub of transportation. Once you're in the airport, what we're going to do is we're going to catch the MRT, which is the mass rail system, and we're going to take the mass rail system to the BTS, which is the SkyTrain, and from there you can go almost anywhere. I don't go anywhere in Bangkok. I don't like Bangkok, I'll tell you that to start with. It's like going into Miami in Florida. I sort of dread it. It's one of my no-fly zones. It's a great place to visit, not a place to hang out. So, but what we do is we get into the airport, get the mass transit system, and get into town. Everything I ever do in Bangkok is based around going near a mass transit area. That can be SkyTrain, underground rail, even the Klongs, the boat in the Klongs we do. I stay off surface roads at all costs. So anyway, we're going to go down and we're going to catch the rail system and head into town. Okay, so we're just waiting on the train now, and we're going to catch it and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stops to Payatai. Payatai will interchange with the BTS, the SkyTrain. From the SkyTrain, we're going to Sukhumvit, to where we're going to get our room overnight and maybe go out, get something to eat. Matt's feeling a little Mao. Mao means drunk or sick. From the bus ride. I don't think it was from the bus ride though. I think it was from her playing the games on the bus. But anyway, train's going to be coming. We're going to be jumping on and going to Payatai and getting out, getting our room. And then we'll see about getting something to eat or doing something. It's still pretty early, so then we'll be out of here in the morning to hit the embassy. So there you go. Okay, so you can see what we did. We started out at the airport and took the MRT all the way into town, and now we got off at this interchange, Hayatai. Now this is the Sukhumvit line, the lime green line, and then you got the Siam line, which is the dark green line. So if you actually wanted to go on one of these stops, you'd have to go down to Siam and do an interchange there. But seeing that we're going to stay on the Sukhumvit line and get off on the Sukhumvit line, we're going to take this one. But as you can see, getting from the airport into town to any of these stops is really easy. So you just come to the BTS, connect here, and you can get almost anywhere in the city now.
Nana. Next station, Nana.
All right, good morning. Well, we're off to the U.S. Embassy, get a new passport. We stayed at the Nana BTS stop. Reason why is it's easy and cheap to get hotels in this area. There are plenty of hotels, not a problem. And what we can do now is just jump back on the BTS from Nana and go to Pluanchit. Pluanchit BTS stop is the one you'll get off to go to the U.S. Embassy, which is just one stop away. So it's real quick to be able to do this. Once you get off, you can either Google U.S. Embassy or just put it in or ask anybody because it's close by. It's probably about another 7-minute walk, something like that, once you get off at the BTS. So there you go. We're off to get a new passport. Then we'll try and find a Tag Heuer authorized repair facility. So, good morning from Bangkok.
Next station, Thailand.
Explain a couple things to you. If you're headed to an embassy, almost every embassy is on a road called Wireless Road. This is Wireless Road behind me. How you get to Wireless Road is a BTS, which is the SkyTrain in Bangkok, to stop Pluanchit. Pluanchit stop is right next to Wireless Road. So you get off, you come down the stairs, and you can actually look at the sign in the BTS, in the station, and it'll tell you which exit from the station to take. But anyway, you go down, you'll come out right on the corner of Wireless Road, and you make a left and you walk down. Almost every embassy is up and down Wireless Road, so it's almost a given that this is where you'll end up. Now, I've given up my passport now, and what's going to happen is they're going to contact me when I got my new passport, and I'll be able to come and get it. And so it's a done deal. That's what we came for. We got that taken care of. Another thing I wanted to mention to y'all, nowadays, if you come over and say you're going to show for a retirement extension, you're going to show that you have income coming in. You got to get an income affidavit or have the money in the bank or a combination of those two. If you come to Thailand without a visa and you come in visa exempt, and then you're going to switch over to non-immigrant visa from that to get a 1-year extension based on retirement or marriage, usually you're going to have that income affidavit. If you're going to use that, you're going to have to get that from your embassy or consulate. Once you get that from the embassy or consulate, then to use it, you're going to also have to get it translated. And this also applies if you're going to get married in Thailand. You got to go get a declaration saying that you're free to marry from your embassy or consulate. Then that document has to be translated. Once it's translated, then the document has to be certified from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which means another trip you got to go get that taken care of. Just to get the affidavit for income or any kind of notary services costs US dollars, $50, right? Then you're going to have to get it translated, which is going to be 500 or 600 baht. Then you're going to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's another 600 baht for the application to have them take care of all that. And then you can use, like if you get married, go to the Ampur with those documents and you'll be able to get married. If you're going to go to Thai immigration with the affidavit for income, you'll be able to use them that. And so the reason I bring all this up is real close to these embassies, there's translation shops where you can get the translation done. But another thing that you might not be aware of, this is the thing about going in saying specifically what you want. These shops that are translation shops will do the whole deal for you. In other words, you go to your consulate or embassy in Bangkok. Oh, by the way, like you can get some of this already done in a smaller compact area in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai has some consulates there and has the Ministry of Foreign Affairs office in Chiang Mai as well. So it's a lot easier to get this done in Chiang Mai. But talking about Bangkok, you can go in to this translation service and you give them the document from your embassy and say, I need this translated. And then say, will you also take care of the stamp of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Some of these places for 2,000 baht. Now remember, it's 500 for a translation, 500 or 600, 600 at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the application. They'll do the whole deal for you and mail it to you for 2,000 baht. So if you're really scraping by and you know, you got to worry about the money, you might want to do all this yourself. But if you want to take all the guesswork out of it and possibly have an incomplete documents or whatever, they'll take care of this whole thing in some of these translation offices for 2,000 baht. In other words, you bring in your document from the embassy, they'll go ahead and translate it. They'll go ahead and go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, fill out the application for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, get that document taken care of for you, and then mail them to you. And then you can go to the Thai immigration for your extension, or you can go to the Ampur for your marriage, register your marriage. So there you go, always an option. But anyway, Nat and I have some other things to take care of while we're here. It's hot, I might change some clothes or something, I'm not sure. But one night in Bangkok continues. See ya. JC out. ค่าอะไรครับ
40 ครับ
40?
40 บาทครับขอบคุณครับ
Okay, so if you're thinking about living in Bangkok and you're thinking, well, can a Category 1 rip or live here? Well, I just got noodle soup with shredded chicken, which was 40 baht, which is $1 and some change, a little bit of change. Nat got rice with 2 entrees on top, which was 50 baht, which was less than $2. Bottled water was 10 baht. And then we can get mocha yen iced mocha for 35 or 40 baht. I'm not sure which one. Oh, large 40 baht. Yeah, so there you go. Mocha yen yai. Yai. So there you go, 40 baht. I could have got 30 baht, which would have been less than $1 as well. So even in Bangkok, you can live on a Category 1 budget. But as you probably know, I consider Bangkok, parts of Bangkok, a no-fly zone. Why is that? Because you got to worry about pickpockets, you got to worry about crossing the roads. It's a little bit more expensive for rent. You got to be someplace to stay near the mass transit system, or transportation is going to cost you a lot unless you ride your own motorcycle. But the one thing I hate the most about Bangkok, no matter what time you come here of the year, no matter what time of year, the humidity is just incredible. I always say it's too hot for me to live someplace when the temperature, the ambient temperature is not that hot. Like you can go down to Phuket, places like that, and at night it's not that hot temperature-wise, but you'll be sitting eating and you'll feel the water, the sweat running down the inside of your clothes, and that's the way it is today in Bangkok. And that's the way it always is when I'm in Bangkok. So I'm not a fan of that. I come from Florida where sweating is the normal daily procedure, and so I'm still not a fan after all these years. So anyway, so we're off to find Tag. I found it on Google Maps, my Tag customer service center, Pag Hoyer. And we can get there. We need to go one stop on the MRT, the mass rail system, one stop, and then a couple minutes walking, we should be there. So there you go. One night, one day in Bangkok is enough for me. Okay, so we found the Tag customer service center on Google Maps, and we're going to take the MRT, the mass rail system, to one stop that's closest. But we're taking a shortcut through Suan Lumpini, which is Lumpini Park. Now, one of the things about Lumpini Park, if you come through here, you need to check this out, because if you look, there's monitor lizards here in the park. They live in the lake. Now this one's tussling over some food with the bird. Some of these guys are really big. These guys are pretty small right here. There's one down by the lake. So if you're wandering through the park, there's something that's sort of cool to check out. They can be aggressive though, so be careful. He's got his eye on you, Nat. He's watching you. So, there's another one over here. There's another one over there. They're all over the place. Huh? Yes, they can run. Nat's asking me, can they run? Yeah, they can run. Pretty bizarre creatures. I'm not a big fan, but they're amazing to see. Here, come check this guy out, Nat. Yeah, this guy's gonna go down and go swimming. I guess they don't eat the birds, but they eat some of the same food the birds were picking at. There you go. So anyway, as you're cutting through Lumpini Park, check out the monitor lizards. They also have a fitness area. They do Tai Chi here, so it's really cool. But anyway, we're just cutting through to get to the mass rail station. Yep, there he goes. Let's see if he jumps in and goes swimming. Hey, get closer. This is a small camera. You need to get real close. She says he's coming to me. I don't need to go to him. We need a close-up. No, I'm not taking it. He's going to see his friend. Okay, we're out of here. I'll feel safer on the train. Okay, guess what? We finally got here. We were looking for Soi 22 Ratchapasadek something road. And this is it. Soi 22. Now we took a convoluted way to get here. It would have been much easier just to have gotten back on at the U.S. Embassy, gotten back on the same BTS SkyTrain station that we got off at. But I saw that the MRT, the rail system, had a station that wasn't far away. Well, it turned out to be pretty far. It would have been easier to go by BTS, go to an interchange, because, like I said before, it's very hot here. So it's easier, even though it's longer lengthwise or distance-wise, it would have been shorter in time and actually a lot more pleasant of an experience than the way we did, a roundabout way and a lot of walking and almost getting eaten by monitor lizards. So anyway, on this soy here, all these little businesses, there should be a tag service, customer service center. And then we got to get back to the hotel to check out before 12. So we got about an hour and 10 minutes before that happens. So hopefully we'll be able to pull this off. Well, that was disappointing news there. The reason I put so much time and effort into getting this fixed was it was a present from my mother and my father. I don't know how many years ago. It's got to have been 30 years or something now. I don't know how many years or so, how old this is. And the bad thing was I lost the bezel climbing around in Marble Mountain in the caves and stuff. So I didn't want to spend the time we had to get out of there, Vietnam, and so my bezel's somewhere in that mountain. I probably should have gone back, spent an extra day and gone back and tried to look for it, but it would have been difficult. I just thought that I'd be able to get a new bezel for this. But it's so old they don't make them anymore. So this is real disappointing news. I guess what I need to do is try and go online and see if I can find a broken used one or something and scavenge the parts off of it to make this work. But anyway, there you go. So we got to check out. We got about 1 hour. But there you go. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Okay, so we're out of here. 1 day, 1 night in Bangkok. Finished. So I hope this video, as usual, has been both entertaining and informative. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all those great things. And hey, check out our member site, because we have great members that are either coming over or already living over here, and all the details you need for living in Thailand. So JC and Nat out. See ya. Well, gang, we're almost home. Won't be long now. Just a few more minutes. I don't think it matters to Nat. She's probably dreaming she's already home already. 1 day in Bangkok. That's enough. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.